Welcome to Creating Space. It is me, Cin. In this season of my life, I will label it as advocating for sin. I have now hit the phase where I'm advocating for myself. I am setting boundaries. I am saying no. And I commend anyone who is doing it because if you're anything like me, you may have a past of people pleasing, avoiding confrontation. In the past, I have found myself just ignoring it, but I've come to a place where I can't ignore it. I cannot overlook it and I can't override myself. Being backed in a corner, it pushed me to start advocating for myself. The hardest thing for me to deal with was having to acknowledge that I was in this place or in that place because I allowed it, because I helped create that space. So I've lost people while speaking up for myself. And it's not because it was easy, it was because it was necessary. My perspective on the things that I allow has changed. I had gotten a title of being the strong one, the independent one, the responsible one, the one who don't need nobody, the one who got it out the mud. Okay. And for some reason, I started wearing it like a badge of honor. And the truth is, yes, independent, yes, strong, but yes, still human. So I had feelings. I have feelings. But with labels like that, you start trying to live up to it and certain things you just let slide. As I was using my story to give people grace. And because of that, I was not calling a cat a cat. I wasn't calling rude rude. But once I did that, my mind, my brain started feeding me messages and it was like, let's move, let's go, cut that, nip that. God was like, no, that's not how I want you to be treated. Speak up. And if it's not changing, then you need to remove yourself because I'm working on you. And that's a distraction. God is my center. I used to be the kid that used to go throw and hide my shoe in someone else's closet at my grandma's house so I can skip church. Okay? The only thing I can say is like I am grateful to know that I have come to a place where I have my own personal relationship with God. Like I said, my excuse was who I was and trying to give grace and one God says love thy neighbor as you love yourself. But he also said don't hang around foolish people because you'll become a fool. Now that's not verbatim. For me it took me to say I deserve love. I deserve kind people in my corner. I deserve support. I deserve whatever it is that I felt like I deserve. And once I made my mind up about what I deserve, I started giving it to myself. I shut everything out. I shut everything out and I went to work. As I went to work and as I started identifying unhealthy relationships, as I started identifying unhealthy habits, I started cutting them because that's not what I want for me, nor is that what God wants for me. When we encounter things, our brain sends messages to our body that says, for example, that's danger. If you're constantly overriding yourself and your brain is saying danger and you're saying no, safe, and the brain is saying danger and you're saying no, safe, you will end up scrambling your mind. You won't be able to identify what messages are going on anymore. So I would recommend if you are overriding yourself in this current time in your life, stop it. Because baby, it took me forever to realize what my body was telling me because I had override so much. So today I just wanted to say words have meaning and they mean exactly what they mean. Just because you ha 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 or ki does not change the definition. If that is your excuse, you should think about the tone that you're setting for your loved ones. Because if you love them and you tell them that it's acceptable for you to do it,
How are they going to have
enough willpower to tell the world not to do it.